OMG, what's up, my G's? It's popping up in here today. Oh my God. I got music. I got everything going on. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys can hear the music that's playing, but this yard is live today since I started playing with a whole bunch of settings and that music is popping. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Let's get the fist bump going. Yeah. Start low, right? Start low with a fist bump. Then come out. Ready? Hit that beat. All right. Music's over here. What's going on my screen here? I have no idea. Day 2 of Steam Yard. You're welcome. Oh my God, this music replaying. All right, let me figure out how to stop this music here. There it is. Sweet. Well, I found more settings as you all can see. However, I still don't see myself on the screen yet. So let me figure that out. Boop. Oh, snap. I did a fist bump and everything, and you guys missed it. You guys missed the fist bump. Let me see here. So as you can see, I am playing with a whole bunch of settings, and really this thing really took off. I found the music, and they have a sound board. And if you get scared, so there you have it. There you have it, my brothers and sisters. I am your brother L, founder of the Phoenix Project Foundation, and I'm here today to provide you some love, some more love, in a different topic than we did earlier this week or yesterday, really. And again, we are being consistent and weekly hitting 3 major topics based on our community feedback that we've gotten from coaching many people online around the globe. So now we kind of put everything underneath a nonprofit and, merged a lot of communities into 3 different pipelines or 3 different programs within the nonprofit, the Phoenix Project Foundation. And these programs are designed to make people unstoppable. And today we are going to be talking about, or not talking about, but today we're going to be working with our small business owner and young entrepreneur mental health program within the Phoenix Project Foundation called Cyber Freedom Fighters, aka the Business Geek Squad. You're welcome. Let me take this hat off here. I don't know. It's making me feel crazy. All right, there you go. Let's see. That's a little better. All right, man. I think I got a straight pushback, boy. Oh, yeah. All right. So let me fix myself here, my main. And today, look, Ma, I'm hands-free. Let me change this. Let me do something real quick. I'm going to change this profile banner here, or the banners, right? Styles, baby. Look at these styles. Watch this. Boom. Rounded corners. You're welcome. Or I can go bigger style. Booyah. Boom. Look at the piano in the back. Let's go. I'm going to play some music for you later if you want. Just let me know. But again, as you can see, I'm getting more and more comfortable with this new streaming application that we started using called StreamYard. So if you are a streamer out there in the world, maybe that's your side hustle. And today is perfect because we're talking about side hustles. And side hustles, who are all the side hustlers out there? Well, small business owners. All my small business owners and young entrepreneurs of the world are all my side hustlers out there, and my dreamers and my go-getters. And I love you guys. And I just want everybody to become 100% unstoppable. So that's why I'm here today talking to you about the second nonprofit program, or program within, or a mental health program. Let me get my words straight. The second, let me do it again. Ready? Hold up. Let me bring up some stuff here for you. All right, here we go. All right. Today, we're talking about the second mental health program inside our nonprofit called the Phoenix Project Foundation for small business owners and young entrepreneurs. Yeah. Thank you. So again, I love that soundboard. It was like a hidden gem. I was messing with all this stuff and I found the soundboard, and that was a game changer. We got everything. We got, what is this? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm hooked. Great. All right. So, today, that's what we're going to be talking about, showing some love to all our small business owners out there, because really small business owners drive America, or drive pretty much any country that you may be living in right now. If you're a small business owner, that means you're working out of your garage like the greats, right? So hold on, let me push my drawer back. Yes, and I'm still on my cash machine drawer that's sitting in my garage. Yeah. So I pushed it back some for you, and now everything looks pretty good so far. But again, if you see something jacked up, or if you cannot get access to this live stream, we are streaming to multiple channels at one time, which is a big muscle movement, as they say in the cyber world. And pretty much we're on Facebook, Facebook business profile, right? So check it out. If you're a small business owner, young entrepreneur, then listen up. You need social media accounts, okay? And we'll talk about why that in a little bit. But you should have Facebook, right? Your Facebook profile, which is your regular user profile that you have for you as a person. And then you're going to need a Facebook business account. That's right. It's different. You got to take out another account for your Facebook account using Meta, right? Oh my God, crazy. But anyways, a Facebook business account. And then since Facebook bought Instagram many moons ago, then you're going to need another Instagram account, right? For your personal, and then another Instagram account for your business, right? And it's important that you switch them to business profile so you can unlock more creative tools for you, more lead generation, whatever, a whole bunch of cool stuff for business owners that, social media networking platforms are offering today in 2025 and beyond. And obviously TikTok, it's a big one, especially if you're selling things online like TikTok Shop. That's super important. So take out a TikTok profile for your business as well, and you can convert that into a business profile as well. It's real simple to do. All you just got to do is convert to business. They're going to require some incorporation documentation. And if you got trouble figuring out what that is, just drop me a comment and I can explain that for you, or at least tell you how to get it, and kind of help you out that way. As a small business owner too. But anyways, they will require that for pretty much all the social media platforms. Doesn't matter, what it is, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, boom. Once you sign over to a business account, they want to make sure you're legit. So you got to provide them some business documentation from the IRS or from your state incorporation, whoever you signed up with or signed up your business with. So we got TikTok, right? Okay. Yep. And then LinkedIn. That's super important. I do have a LinkedIn profile, business profile as well, and a regular profile for myself too, right? So, and that's really, a lot of the big brands, they do have Blue Sky, another up and running social media platform to kind of replace X, because X, I don't know, for some reason, it got a lot of censorship. I'll leave it at that. So again, if you think that too, then, drop me a comment right now and tell me, yep, it is censored. Yep, I know. But anyways, that's, one of the biggest issues as far as social media, too much control, right? But anyways, Blue Sky, I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah, Blue Sky. Blue Sky, let me make sure. I got a computer right in front of me. I can make sure. Blue Sky. Blue Sky. Yep, Blue Sky. It is. Social media as it should be. Find your community among millions of users. Unleash your creativity and have some fun doing it. So that's Blue Sky. Again, another social media platform. OMG. And if you're thinking about, you're a small business owner and you're like, oh my God, how the hell am I supposed to be posting and being active on all these different streaming channels as a small business owner? Well, we'll talk about that later. I was looking for the drum roll. I couldn't find it. Oh, here it is. Boom. And as a small business owner, if you want to stay connected to all the social media platforms, I'm going to talk to you about some automation that I help a lot of small business owners with, by providing them one piece of software in order to do it all from. And pretty much the software is awesome. I love it. And I use it to be everywhere. Digital omnipresence. That is a thing. So and pretty much I'm just posting once, or what I like to do is plan out my posts using like a spreadsheet, right? Microsoft Excel document. And then I post, or I outline all my posts for the month, or maybe 6 months, 3 months, whatever you want. And once you do that, you can upload the spreadsheet and it will auto magically schedule everything, if you didn't mess up the spreadsheet, right? There's a way you got to input it, but that's specifics. That's as they say, making the sausage. And we're not making sausage right now, unless you all want me to. And drop some comments if you want me to make some sausage. I just cooked dinner, so for the fam, so I can throw some sausages on there if you want. The grill's still hot. But anyways, right? I got sidetracked talking about making sausage. All right. But anyways, man, I need to bring some water out here. I always forget. I'm always running out here, and I forget to bring the water. And I feel my heartbeat. Check it out. I feel my heartbeat. That's without water. Trust. Water is paramount. Water is life. That is the only thing that you should be drinking. So there you go, Team Human. And tomorrow, actually, we're going to be talking about how you can be the best version of yourself, how you can become unstoppable as a human being. And then that's the third, right, nonprofit program that we have, that I'll talk to you about tomorrow. But for right now, we are talking about social media accounts and what should you have as a small business. I really wasn't trying to park on this thing, but I know we got some inside the community for within our nonprofit for our small business owners. That's where I interact with them on a day-to-day basis. So if you want to be part of the community and get some instant help to run your small business, right, to pretty much what I want to do for a lot of people, especially small business owners that may be struggling out there, because small businesses, they go under fast, right? If you're not doing everything, right. I mean, you see all the statistics out there. Small businesses, all right, in 2 years, go look at the SBA, you see all the horror stories about small businesses. So really just wanted to provide a stretching arm out to all my small business owners out there, and, provide them a way to start their business. Maybe you just got an idea, right? And you're like, man, I want to do this thing. Well, that's a business, right? Maybe, you got a side hustle, doing stuff on the side, you're accepting payments, you're making good money, right? And you're at a point where you're like, all right, I want to take this thing on. I want to take this thing on the road and actually do this thing full time. Yes, please. Let's go. Right. Then you can, right? I want to be able to help you to start your business and to pass that first year mark and really scale, right? I want your business to be scalable, that it's automatically printing money, as we like to say, right? And if it's automatically printing you money without you, and that's super important, because a lot of people become slaves to their business, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But they stay inside the operations, they get caught there. But anyways, we don't like that, because if you're spending all your time in your business, then your time is your biggest commodity. not money, is your time. So why would you, right, want to spend all that locked away in your business, just grinding? Really, that's what it is. You're grinding, and you're really not going anywhere because you're not focused on the right things as a small business owner. And that's what I like to do for a lot of people, is just redirect them, redirect all that positive energy, redirect all that focus, all that that grit, and redirect that in a positive way, so that you're focusing on what I like to teach is the 5 core fundamentals for every small business, or pretty much every business out there. But if you focus on these 5 things, right, is what we teach inside our community, then you can be successful 100%. There's no question about it, right? And that's what I like to do, set you up so that your machine is already built. And if you got a well-oiled machine as a small business owner, then the thing's going to grind, the thing's going to turn. I don't want to grind, but if you're just grinding, you got a problem. Put some more oil in that shit. But I want it to, I'm thinking about grinding now, Jesus. Okay, let's get back to topic. But your small business should be fluid enough in order to move and operate without your presence. Okay, that's a true business where you can just do whatever you want. Go race boats in Florida. I don't know. And you will be successful, right? And that's really what it's all about. But really, you want it to continue to print money as well. And there's some certain things that there's a system. And once you learn the system and you're focused on all the right things, I know you're going to be successful. And that's why I wanted to bring this up as our second nonprofit mental health program, to alleviate all that stress from all the small business owners and young entrepreneurs out there who just want to dream, right? They're dreaming every day, and they just want to do that thing that they know they can do, but for some reason, you got dark forces holding your feet back, and you're like, oh my God, I just can't progress, right? So that's really why a lot of small businesses go under within the first year, right? Obviously they run out of money, but they're running out of money because they're not focused on the right things. So this is why we teach the core 5 fundamental, and pretty much that's everything. I like to just continue to add into that, and that's what we're going to be doing inside the community is, and I'll show you that here in a minute. I'm going to do a screen share so I can give you some insight. I logged in before I started the stream, so I did some prep work today. It wasn't like yesterday. It was a mess. But I did do some prep work, and let me close this blue sky social media app. But anyways, I did some prep where I logged into our inside community, and I'm going to show you around. That way you can kind of, get first look into, what it may look like and what it is, right? And then if you do need some help with your small business, man, for the price of a cup of coffee or less than a cup of coffee a day. And we know my bad. Hold on, we need a bleep, but anyway, that slipped out, pardon my French, but we know everything's expensive out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, we know it's expensive out there. So for less than a cup of coffee a day, you will get 100% access to our AI powered software that we provide every small business, so they can run their entire business from this single software. I mean, the entire thing. And not only that, but you get our nonprofit staff support. And pretty much what that means is we become your business geek squad. Isn't that awesome? Right? It is. Hold on. Soundboard. Because also, right, the other thing about mental health and, the world and the struggles that everybody's facing today, not only as a small business owner, but in life as well, is, seclusion, with more social media and all that stuff. And I mean, just COVID, we're still feeling a lot of that stuff. And pretty much, our entire nonprofit is around the idea that you are not alone, right? So, like a beautiful phoenix, I want everybody to rise from whatever ashes they may be at, and I want them to become the best possible version of themselves. And in this nonprofit mental health program, we help small business owners do just that. And yesterday, we talked about how we're helping cyber students and cyber professionals become unstoppable in cyber as well. And then tomorrow, you guys are going to get tired of seeing me. And then tomorrow, L, stop supporting us so hard. Stop. Stop supporting us. That's what I want. Hold on. I don't even got, man, let me see. I was messing with the soundboard. But anyways, right? Like that's what I want. I want everybody out there to be like, look, stop supporting me so hard, man. This is crazy. Like I had a lot of people just come up to me and be like, why are you giving everything away for free? Like, how do you make money? Oh man, I got other people who are like, man, I don't want to be taking advantage of you. And I'm like, trust, you're not taking advantage of nobody, my friend, right? My brother, my sister, right? I exist for this purpose, right? I exist. That's why my wife and I decided to, start the Phoenix Project Foundation USA, which is the official name, as I, again, started messing with the StreamYard, and boom, on the top right, I was able to insert our logo with the beautiful Phoenix with the green heart in the chest, which means, we care about mental health, and you are not alone, really. And we want to help everybody rise from the beautiful ashes, right, and transform into something even more beautiful, because we all are infinitely intelligent life forms on this planet. So it's about time we start getting there, right? Let's go. So this is what the entire foundation is built upon. That's our mission, right? And really, if my thought process, my theory, right? My theory is, if I'm able to help the human element become unstoppable, then the human element can do whatever it is that they want to do in this you and I verse, right? Hold on. Oh man, the soundboard is crazy, and I can add more sounds. What? But anyways, going back, right? Because I was talking about a whole bunch of stuff here, because I'm excited to be here with you all. Really, I really am. It's been a long journey for my family and myself, and it's been a very rewarding one too, right? Because this is what we want to do for the world. And it's exciting because every day you take micro movements, or you take steps, really. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Famous quote there. And every step you have to celebrate. And most people, like when we got babies, right? We got kids out there, right? Or when you were a baby yourself, everybody celebrated once the kid started doing stuff, right? The baby, and they were like, oh my God, look, it started crawling. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, crawl, little one, crawl. And then guess what? There was even more celebration when your kid, your baby, took its first step. Like, bro. All the parents out there were like, heck yes. Right? And then after that, it kind of fades out, right? And they're like, all right, little dude's running everywhere. This beautiful girls running everywhere, and they're just doing their thing. So, those celebrations become less and less over time. And, that's not cool, right? Like, we should be celebrating. What I like to tell all my small business owners out there is celebrate every win, every step. Celebrate the first step. right? Just bring everybody that you know should be celebrating that first step with you, like 100%. Like, just, this is why we started with talking about social media and how important social media is, especially in this world of where so much chaos. Oh man, what is this? Clip generation experience in high demand. Oopsie. Sorry, I had some stuff pop up. But anyways, we're experiencing so much chaos. There's so much noise out there in the world today that celebrating every step kind of becomes an afterthought. And it's important to not only celebrate that first step with everybody, right? That get on social media, boom, this is what I did. Right, hold up. Freedom. But it's also important to celebrate the continuous steps, right? The next step, and then the step after that, right? The first step is definitely always the hardest, and that's why it gets so much attention. But it's even harder to continue down that path in a consistent, confident, focused way. And that's why when a lot of small business owners that I coach online, they kind of lose steam. Really, I'm looking at SteamYard, and I was like, man, steam. They kind of lose steam, really. It's like that choo-choo train. They stop putting coal in there, and a lot of steam start, all right, if you're losing steam on a train, on a steam engine, right, then you start slowing down. And eventually there's not enough power to continue propelling you forward. So that's why it's important for you to celebrate every victory, right? And for us in my family in the nonprofit, this is how I stay focused. Celebrating the first step, but then also celebrating every other step. And the kickbacks, right? Because there's also times where you're like, it's just not going right. Oh man, these things are popping up. Posted 1 minute ago. Interesting. All right. It's like, oh man, these things are not going right. And then you lose steam. But it's like, no, keep shoveling freaking coal inside this engine, right? Burn, create more steam. Screw that. Like, I'll plow through some stuff. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, we're coming in hot. You're either going to fully accept it, or you're going to get bulldozer with this big old choo-choo train we got going on. And that's how you should be in your business. Like, you should adopt the mindset where you're like, you know what? I don't give a crap what it is. I'm going to be successful. And you do that by celebrating every step. Every step, just figure out a way to really, celebrate the wins for you, whatever it is that you want to do, right? As long as it's not negative, and, you're like, all right, let's celebrate a win, and freaking you get all, shit-faced drunk, and you peeing on yourself, and I don't know, man, you're blacking out. Like, we all been there, right? Hold up. But really, we don't want that. No negativity. Never speak evil of your name or anybody else's name, and never do anything that's going to harm your body. Like, why do you, our lifespan here in this spinning rock, it's not finite. So why would you try to lessen that? I don't know. Crazy, man. I never understood that. But anyways, but then again, I had some tough lessons myself, so I kind of do understand it. But we have to overcome, always. But anyways, you got to stay consistent, right? And I actually had a topic in the community where I was talking to some small business owners about consistency. I wrote a whole thing about it, and I can share that with you too. If you want, just drop some feedback wherever you're watching this live stream from, and drop some comments. Comments will actually get to me, so I'll start seeing these comments. There's one. And really, what I can do, I can, answer these comments. I can, use this StreamYard to present those comments if I wanted to. and all that good stuff. Anyways, so let me see here. So we could definitely talk. So if you want to, talk about more consistency, let me know. But if you do get in the community because you want to become an unstoppable small business owner and you want to drive your own train, then yeah, jump in the community. You can check out the post, and we can interact and talk all day. All right. So back to social media. That's why it's so important to have social media. So really, those are the big platforms out there. Really, somebody was like, "What about X? What about it? Nothing. There's nothing. I don't feel anything about it. Really, I like to focus on YouTube. That's also big social media platform that it's owned by Google. So YouTube is big. This is where this is streaming live now. Right now is in YouTube, our nonprofit community channel, YouTube, for all the small business owners out there. And what you can what? Oh man, I don't know. Like I said, I got 3 YouTube accounts for the nonprofit right now. And as we continue to get more donations, which I truly appreciate any donations, right? And because these donations will continue to support the nonprofit, which will continue to help people, and change lives, really. So I am, as an architect, what I did for a nonprofit, which I guess is a perfect conversation because today this is a small business owner conversation. So you have to think about what you're going to be putting into place and why, and really, more like operationally, strategically. So as an architect, you will learn how to become an architect. And if you become an architect of business, then you can design any business and do anything that you want to do with business. So that's super important. I love being an architect in life, in cyber, and now, right, and in business. And I think that's a good trifecta to start with, and that's why we wanted to go that way with the nonprofit. So let me figure out. Let me see this other one there where I can reply here. Cyber freedom fighters. Yeah, there it is. It came right up. That's beautiful. And it says live. Yeah, baby. Small business accelerator Q&A. So really, I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning of this stream. Oh snap! I could share this as well. Let's do this. Let's do some screen share. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Watch this. Hold up. Oh man, that's not gonna get old at all. I love that. All right, screen shares. Boop 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 boop. Yep. I got you, bro. Cyber freedom fighters. I'm gonna share that one. Booyah. So here you have it. Let me go back to StreamYard to add it to the stage. Not like yesterday, where I was talking, and really it's a 2-parter. And within Steam stream. Yeah, within StreamYard, I keep calling it Steam. Within StreamYard, you can actually get in there and set it up so that every time I screen share, it automatically displays. But then I was like, hold up. Should I do that or not? Like, what happened if I screen share something I don't want to screen share? So if you decide not to screen share automatically, then you have to come back into the yard and pretty much say add to stage, which the stage is where you're looking at right now, the screen. So anyways, this is our YouTube channel, cyberfreedomfighters.com or .com, which is actually a thing as well. Cyberfreedomfighters.com is our small business program, and that website, you can access pretty much everything about that program. And we got plans in there to help out a lot of small business owners, save cost and money, And we've been helping a lot. We've been helping photographers, dumpster companies, concrete businesses, electricians, pretty much anybody really. But those are, some of the people. I said photographer, right? But anyways, photography business, all that stuff, all throughout the United States. So that's cool, right? I mean, that's exactly what we want to do here with this program. And pretty much a lot of times is we find when we start dealing with small business owners is they're wasting a lot of money on just random things. And, it's not their fault, really with cyber and its chaotic way that it is now, you have so many things, oh, you need a website, go over here. Oh, you need to run ads, go over here. Oh, you need email to send emails, go over here. Oh, you want to do email marketing, all right, go over here. And it gets crazy. So that's why there's a lot of overhead, right, that you start burning as a small business owner because you're trying to navigate this sea of chaos. Cyber chaos is what I like to call it. And really it's putting you at a disadvantage, because, all right, let me go with this so I can build my website. And then you're like, all right, this is cool. And then somebody else is like, why are you using that crap? Which is probably always me. I'm like, what are you using? What? Why? Get out of here. Stop. So pretty much, this is why we provide, I spend a lot of time researching and architecting and, just trying to figure out what's the best thing for small business owners that's not going to break their bank, or put them at a disadvantage. So pretty much the entire small business owner mental health program is built around that, that concept. So we provide, the software where all small business owners can just scale and use pretty much forever. You can use that software even if you're making millions. And that's really what I want to get to everybody. As I was saying earlier, I want to get you past the startup phase. I want to get you rolling and printing money automatically. And then after that, it's just a matter of scaling, right, to $1 million. And that's the next touch point, right? Once you officially start it up and you've been operating, the next thing is like, how well are you printing money? Are you printing money on a repeatable, consistent basis? And if you're not, right, let's talk about it. And pretty much instead of a yearly, goal that people set for themselves, like, oh man, this is how much money my business makes a year. I'm like, yeah, I don't care about that, right? We move that bead all the way to the left, and we look at, so how much money you're making monthly, and that's where we park, right? Tell me your monthly recurring revenue, right? Reoccurring revenue, which is important if you're doing like, right? If you don't have recurring revenue, then you don't have a survivable business. And it doesn't matter if you are a giant like Amazon or Google, some of the tech giants, or if you're just a mom and pop starting out, or maybe you just got an idea, a young entrepreneur, and you're just trying to figure out like, hey, I want to, get this idea off the ground. Well, bootstrapping, baby, right? You gotta find where the money's at, right? You gotta go get that money, and the money got to be reoccurringly and repeatable. So that's why we like to focus on monthly. And once you're focused monthly on making money reoccurringly and setting up your entire business as a system so that it prints money monthly, reoccurring, and hits your goals and your targets, then perfect, right? That's where we want you to be at, and that's what Cyber Freedom Fighters is all about. It's alleviating that cyber chaos, and helping small business owners, fight for their own freedom. And pretty much, as you can see here on our YouTube account, right? So our YouTube account is youtube.com/cyberfreedomfighters.com, underneath our mental health program. I keep saying .com, but it's not .com. It's YouTube, right? It's at Cyber Freedom Fighters. Okay, I'm so used to telling people cyberfreedomfighters.com. But anyways, once you get there, then you'll see, right? Pretty much we are your business automation geek squad, and depending on what kind of support you want for your small business, we can pretty much train you so that you can operate the software yourself. Or if you got a good team, then pretty much you would just sign up with one of the plans, and then you can add as many people as you want on your team so that you can give them different aspects of the business. Maybe you got somebody running sales, maybe you got somebody doing digital marketing, maybe you got somebody I don't know, working on your website. They can do all that stuff from the one piece of software that we provide small business owners as well. So that's why it's super awesome, because you'll save a lot of money. You don't gotta deal with all that other stuff, right? You cut right through the chaos. And you get right to the meat and potatoes so that you can be successful. You don't got to worry about like, oh man, I got to get on this thing and update my website. Right. I got to jump on all these 20,000 socials we got today in 2025 and I got to post on every one of them. No, get out of here. Automation, right? Automation is key. And that's what we like to focus on. Business automation is a big thing. I love doing it for organizations that I used to run for the government, organizations that I ran for the military, and a lot of different contracting organizations I was a part of, even for ourselves when we had our own contracting business. And business automation, I mean, it just, man, I mean, the Marine Corps ethos came out, right? You run lean and you run mean. And that's what business automation does for you. Run lean and mean, just like a Marine Corps out there, or a Marine out there, Marine Corps. And the whole Marine Corps runs lean and mean. That's right, baby. But that's really what it's about. So that's why we wanted to focus on that. So this is our YouTube page. So please, like and subscribe, hook us up right there. Let me go back to this other screen. Like and subscribe, and show us some love. Hold on, let me see something. I had something for that. Watch this. Check it. Boom. Like and subscribe. Yeah. You see, I tell you, the software is pretty awesome. I like it so far. I just don't like that price point. Again, so hopefully, they show us some love, and they have a nonprofit price point that can kind of help us out. That way we can continue to use the software to continue to reach everybody out there. What's up, peoples? Again, if you're watching our live stream right now, you can drop comments wherever channel that you're on. If you're on YouTube, then you can drop a YouTube comment and then I'll see it. So if you are a small business owner and you do have questions about anything, then feel free to drop that in there right now, and I'll be able to check it out and answer those questions live here with you. And that's why we're doing these things live weekly, so that we can provide that support to all the small business owners out there. And show them some love, really. And I don't want anybody to suffer out there. I don't care where you're at. I don't care who you are. I don't want you to suffer. Nope. And really, in 2025 and beyond, money is a big thing, right? Money makes the world go round. Without money, what are you going to do, right? Be hanging out, I mean, it'll be cool. I'm not I understand the need for it, because it helps you do more things. And just like this nonprofit, right? We continue to try to raise funds. Our digital marketing campaigns are around just raising funds. And pretty much that supports the nonprofit, so that we can continue to do this and reach a bigger population and continue to help small business owners, young entrepreneur, everybody out there. So, yep, show some love on our YouTube page. Like and subscribe, please. Let me see what else. Boom. So let me go back to this overlay, which is awesome. And we got Q&A. So again, oh crap, what is this? But anyways, so as a small business owner, that's what we like to focus in on, right? So that's our YouTube page there. Now, really, I did say I want to show you the community. Give me 1 second here. And let me see where my community's at. Boom. Got it. To this tab, I'm already logged in. Okay. Do. All right. So let me come back over here and screen share. Stop sharing this. Boom, man, that's nice. Then I'm going to share my screen so I can just show you the community real quick as well. And I did already answer some of your questions, so just replay. No, I'm just playing. If you still got questions, and it doesn't matter if I already talked about it, really. Just drop those comments, and I can touch back on it. But anyways, where is it? Here, right here. So let me share this. And then let me go back to the yard and let me add it to the stage. And then booyah, now you can see it. Love it. All right. So that was our YouTube channel. And pretty much, let me see something real quick. I'm going to show you how to get here too. So if you go to joinprojectphoenix.org, that is our main homepage for everything that we're doing with with our nonprofit foundation for the world. Pretty much our walk-in portfolio or digital portfolio at this point. And as again, small business owners, just think about your business as your business website as a walk-in portfolio, really. And the way you use it will either make you money or not. But anyways, let me make sure. Yep, that is streaming, right? So perfect. All right. So once you go to joinprojectphoenix.org, that's our main site. It's pretty much a spider web from here, because if you need support, then you can just get support, and then boom, small business owner. Boom, you can click that, and then you can see all about our program. And again, if you want to get involved and help, then you can just drop down, get involved, and you can figure out what you want to do here. Man, I definitely need some water out here. Sorry about that. All right. So, and one of the things that we're also doing and get involved is you can sponsor a business. So if you know a small business owner that may be struggling, Christmas is around the corner, right? Christmas is around the corner. Where's my soundboard? Where is that? Come on, baby. Christmas is around the corner. There it is. Yeah. We all love Christmas. But anyways, if you do want to help out a fellow friend or somebody that may be in need, then what we're doing is sponsoring a business where you can come in here, you can pick a plan that you want to sponsor that business, pick how long you want to sponsor that business for. So maybe you want to do the whole year and pay for everything that they can get access to here with us at the as a nonprofit. We can give them access to the software and the training and the coaching and the mentorship, the community access and all that good stuff. So, oh wow, thank you. Somebody heard me. Thank you for the water. Thank you so much, love. All right. So let me take a sip. Hopefully it's not too loud on this mic, But if not, what do they call that? I don't know. I forget what that word is out there nowadays, where people are like eating and got the mic really close. If you know what that is, drop a comment. All right. I'm sure you hear all that clanging. But anyways, you can actually get in here, sponsor a business, and hook them up, right? And then we'll reach out to them, show them some love, congratulations, and then onboard them, and then go from there. So that's joinprojectphoenix.org. That's kind of what we're doing for small business owners there too. So you can help them, both ways. Maybe you don't got a business yourself, but you still want to get involved. Boom, you can do that. And then the other thing, if you want to connect with us for whatever reason, public speaking, or you want to talk about helping your organization in some way, somehow, then go ahead and, under connect, you can contact us and, we can talk about whatever it is that you need to talk about. But on the main site here, joinprojectphoenix.org, if you scroll down, then you'll see our 3 programs. So this is what we're talking about here: Small Business Accelerator Support Program, right? Saving businesses, reducing stress, right? Rebuilding hope, baby. Rise, my brothers and sisters, rise. The time is now. And I'm your brother, El Morpheus Cruz, and I am gonna make that happen for you one way or another. But anyways, here, let's see what else we got. So, this is the small business owners, right? And again, I was saying, small business owners face, tons of stress, burnout, financial pressure, all this good stuff. There's chaos out there. So you can get to this support program, 2 ways, right? You can drop down, get support from the menu, and then small business owners, or you can scroll down and click on the button. It's going to take you to the same place. And this is our Cyber Freedom Fighters program within the nonprofit. And, grow your business, stress less, right? That's what we're here for. And pretty much that's what we're doing, giving all small business owners, really, like, this is a tool that multi-million-dollar businesses are using to scale their business. So, we're using the same tool, right? And donations make that possible, to give it to you at such a, pretty much like cheaper than a cup of coffee a day. You can get 100% cheaper than a cup of coffee a day. You can get access to this beast software that you can run your entire business and scale your entire business from. And really, we're also offering in different plans. Maybe you need some, support. You're all alone, right? You're a small business owner. You set up your business. You're just trying to do it. It's just you. We got you, right? Then you can sign up for tech support, right? And we can become your business automation geek squad, and we'll set up your website for you. We'll design it. We got graphic designers in house. We got, digital experts in house. Really, we've already designed logos for everybody, really, because all the small business owners that we're talking to, they don't have any logos. They don't have anything. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, how are you a small business? But anyways, that's something that we love to do, because we love to see the reaction once we give them like the professional looking logo, based on our graphic design team. Like, we have access to all those tools, and we want to hook you up. We have a lot of, skill sets in house that we want to share with you all. So we're doing that for you guys. So logos are a thing. And then, we can design your entire website. You also get like a free business number. You can even get a toll-free number if you want. And pretty much just giving you everything to be successful, like a turnkey business. If you want a turnkey business in 2026, 2025, 2026, 2027, then this is where you're at, right here, right? Cyber freedom fighters, right? Small business owner, mental health program within our nonprofit, the Phoenix Project Foundation. So that's what we're doing. This is why we're here, right? This is what we're doing. So you can see everything, once you, start scrolling down, you can, kind of see all that stuff. And if you're like, man, I want to access some stuff, then just click here and it'll take you to our Cyber Freedom Fighters website for, within our mental health program. And pretty much I accept all cookies. We got you. I love cookies. You should too. So accept the cookies when you get here. And let me make sure it's still streaming. Yes. Also comments. Oh my God, I forgot about comments. Sorry, guys. Keep dropping comments. Thank you. But anyways, if you go back here, then you can kind of see everything as well. And then from here, the cool thing is once you get access to everything, go under access and you can access your business software directly, or you can access the community. And today I'm going to show you quickly, man, well, I was going to show you the business software, the community. Yeah, I'm going to show you the community real quick, because really you can get access to the community, to the business software in our, starter plan, which is down here. So if you're a small business owner, you can just sign up for this one, right? And I'm going to teach you how to use the software. I'm going to teach you pretty much how to do everything. And if you're like, oh man, I don't know how to do something, yep, just jump in the community. With this, you'll get access to the community, and you can ask me any questions like, hey, how do you connect your payment? How do you accept payment? Oh, I got you, boom. And guess what? You can accept payment over your website or in person with a tap on your phone, right? You're welcome, right? That's what it's about, right? And if you're like, oh man, I'm a drop shipper, then, we'll help you, right? Build your online store, connect it to your drop shipping, whatever vendor platform you're using, and then just keep going from there, right? So pretty much helping people, right, execute their dreams, right? That's what we're here for. So you can, once you get started with that, just that plan, it's pretty much you got to do everything yourself, but we're going to help you with everything. And that's the starter plan. Now, if you're like, man, can you guys do everything for us, as far as your website design, maintenance, business logo, blah, 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 then yeah, that's the growth plan, right? And if you're like, all right, hey, I'm a small business, I already got some liquid coming in a little bit, but I want to accelerate and I just need you to just hook us up. Boom, that's our freedom plan. We got you, right? But anyways, again, is cheaper than a cup of coffee, guaranteed, as you can see, cheaper than a cup of coffee. So you can get access to some beast small business software that you can just grow and scale your entire business. So once you sign up, then you can come in here and you can access the community and the business software. So today I'm going to show you inside the community, and then also I'm going to give you an insight into our 5 things that we love to help all small business owners with. Oh man, I thought I was logged in. I think I am. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So once you log in, yeah, I think I'm logged in this one. Yep. All right. Perfect. You make sure everything's still good. All right. You can see it. Everybody can see it. All right. Perfect. All right. So that's perfect. Let me go back to something and do this. All right. So, we only have a few minutes here. So I want to show you, I want to share with you. I'll probably go a little over it just because I love you guys and I want to set you up for success always. So I'm going to probably tell you a little more here. But let me go back to my screen. Not that screen, this, here we are. So once you get access to it, this is our about page, and this is what we're about. We want to help small business owners become unstoppable, right? Just get on there, make your own train, right? Like you're going to build your own train. You're going to drive, you're the conductor. You can even make, have a ghost driver. Who cares? But we want to make you unstoppable, a small business owner. And we want to help you with online business setup, AI, automation, and digital marketing, right? And that's our biggest thing is we don't want nobody to do it alone. Nobody should have to do it alone. And we're here for you so that you don't have to do it alone. So there you have it. Oops. Sorry, can't take that phone call right now. I'm streaming. Hit me up. You should be on here too. As one of my small business owners, maybe he cannot get access to it. My bad. Let me text you real quick. But yeah, you should be on the stream. Where you at, man? I'll hit you back in a few minutes. I'm about to end this. Give me like 10, 15. All right. So pretty much this is it. This is the community. And once you get in, then you have these different channels and, whatnot. And this is what we're doing now, Business Accelerator Q&A. So, you can get in here and do what you got to do. But the biggest thing that I want to show you, right, this is where once you get in, you can go ahead and make a comment on here and just click on it and then, post whatever question that you may have. Like, hey, I don't have enough customers coming in. Can you help me? Right? Like who cares, right? Boom, just throw that on there and be like, hey, I need help setting up my website, or how am I supposed to run Google ads, right? So drop any of that stuff in here. I got you. Right. And then, really that's one way to get help as a small business owner instantly. And I pretty much monitor this. Me and my team monitor this. And as we grow more and get more and more donation from all you beautiful people out there, then we can, hire support staff to actually do all this stuff and, continue to help everybody. But the biggest thing that I want to show you, aside from this channel here, where you can make comments, is the learning aspect of it. So what we like to do is, we got 2 courses or 2, I guess courses you can call them, or I don't know. I'll just call them that. Is a way to collect a whole bunch of stuff that I want you to do, right? But anyways, when you get here on the learning tab, then really you can add a course, but you won't be adding a course because unless you have your own community, and guess what? The software does. It helps you build your own online community because all this stuff right here that you're seeing right now is 100% within our business software. I maintain and manage everything from our one business software, and pretty much I'm managing, really like 3-4 different businesses underneath the nonprofit. And again, if you want to learn how to do that as a nonprofit, or as a small business and, stand up multiple businesses and just do a whole bunch of craziness, then jump in the community and I'll help you with that too. But anyways, you can build this community you can build a community for your clients and your customers for your business that's totally 100% white labeled for your business. So like Cyber Freedom Fighters, really you can get here if you do mba.cyberfreedomfighters.com. It'll bring you to the community. Then you can log in. But anyways, let's see here. When you do get in, then when you get to the learning tab, then you can see your onboarding instructions. So once you click here, I got a few videos. I'm not going to click on this one. I'm going to click on this one, actually, the next one, the Digital Business Core Mastery. And once you once you onboard, and pretty much the onboarding process is, I just want more information from you. If I'm setting up your business for you, right? Because you wanted that to kind of support, or if you're setting it up for yourself, then it helps you get started. Like, all right, this is how you log in. This is how you update your user profile. This is how you update your business profile. This is how you download our mobile app so that you can monitor your business on your phone and accept payments on your phone. So pretty much, that kind of onboarding. That way you can log into the system. You did a few configurations to set up your business in the system, and now you're ready for success, right? And now from there, we can party, and we can focus on the 5 things, really. And really, this is what the second one here, the Digital Business Core Mastery. I do got to put a third one, because that's, I don't know if I want to put all the training videos that we cut inside our business onboarding, which is a private channel, and only if you're a paid member, right, you can get access to that. But I don't know if I want to put it there or create another one, and then just put, like, call it like software training or whatever, CRM. I don't know. I'll think of something. And once you get access to that, then you can see all the training videos, right, for the entire piece of software, so that you can go in there and help yourself. And that's what I'm working, with the team on the back end, to kind of start dripping that out there for everybody. But until then, people just come in the discussion tab here. They ask me a whole bunch of questions, and I cut videos, or I just, send it to them via text or something. But that is one way to do it. The next way to do it is the digital, Jesus. But that's what I was thinking about, how to do it, right? The next thing I want to talk about before, we end for today, is the Digital Business Core Mastery. And pretty much this is our core training program that we're doing for all the small business owners. Let me make sure everything's still showing. It is beautiful, beautiful. And pretty much, this is the system that if you master, it makes your business predictable, repeatable, scalable all the time, doesn't matter. So one of the things, our 5 things that we're going to continue to add more videos in here to kind of really explain how to do something. So these are our 5 core principles that every small business out there and greater really should be following. And, we like to focus on leads, right? Lead generation. How are you getting customers, right? How are you tapping somebody on the shoulder and saying, like, hey, this is my offer, right? So that's lead generation. That we like to focus on that, because all these 5 topics you might be looking at this and be like, oh, it's 5. That's it. Oh, that's cool. But these run deep. They run pretty deep. But I wanted to organize it in this way, right? Again, put that architect hat on, to make it easy for everybody, and just provide somebody, right, just 5 things they got to focus on in their business. Focus on these 5 things and you're done, right? And really, they are organized in order, right? In some order, from like lead generation to like how you gain clients, to like offer. Like what is it that you're doing? What do you have? A service? Do you have a product? Right? Do you have an idea? It doesn't matter, right? What is that offer that you're making all these leads that you're attracting to your small business? And really, the offer is the make or break you. There's many books by a lot of great people out there about offers and lead generations, and so pretty much I spent a lot of time when I started learning business for myself. Reading a lot of those books from pretty much every digital marketer that was somebody out there, all these multimillionaire digital marketing people. I bought a lot of their courses that were like 2000, or so or more, because I was, hungry. I wanted to learn the right way to do the right thing. So pretty much I'm taking all that and saying, all right, I'm going to put it in these 5 buckets. And then I'm going to talk about certain things in here. That way, you know what to focus in on. And if you're focusing on other things, then there's a reason why you're not scaling, right? So offers is super big. So I like to focus on that. And then, once you build your offer and you're kind of generating leads, part of the offer is like, all right, so what like, how are you presenting this, right? Are you talking to people, right? But in the digital world, 2020, 2025 and beyond, because it's already almost the end of the year, which is crazy. Then, everybody needs a website, right? We're getting away from the brick and mortars, and the brick and mortars probably become something else, more real estate used in some other ways, because people's, businesses still like to buy brick and mortar, but they're not going to use them as a traditional, like you would think that they would traditionally use them, where people come into the store, you got aisles and all that stuff. All that stuff's digital now, right? You can have a whole entire store, like we saw Amazon that Jeff Bezos did, which he started in his garage as well as a young entrepreneur, believe it or not. But he was pretty aggressive in his game. And there's, we can talk about all that. That's why the community's for, is to talk about things like that, case studies. And what I want to do is take all those great, all that goodness and put it into these 5 things, right? Leads, offers, right? Now, once you get an offer, which is something that we focus heavily on, now how are you going to attract your people, right? Your leads, your clients. And then after that, can you close the deal or not, right? That's sales. So there's a rhyme and a reason for doing everything, and we like to follow success, and we just want to share what success may look like. That way you can follow too, so you can get success. Simple formula, right? And then the last thing is, last 2 things that I like to focus on is on the back end, is what I like to call on the business, right? The leads, the offers, the sales, that's my front end. That's my busy. That's my, it's a different kind of busy, right? That's my front end of the hustle, where I'm always focusing on. If I'm not focusing on these 3 things, then I'm not growing, right? So, but a lot of people, they get stuck in operations. I love operations. That's the back end of your business. I love running large, like multi-million-dollar operations. Like, come on, let's get some, because I love improving them. And that's what we focus in on in this segment right here, or this module of the training program, is, we focus on heavily on how are you supposed to operate a business, right? How are you supposed to treat your people, right? What are processes, right? Let's talk about process improvement. Let's talk about all that stuff, right? And really eliminating the unnecessary things in operations can make or break you. And remember, we talked about earlier that Marine Corps mentality: we run lean and we run mean. That's how I run operations, always, right? And there was a time where we ran operations where 2-3 people, and we were slaying it, right? We were slaying it out there. And everybody, how many people you got in your company? How many people you got in business? Man, I only got 3, man. See you later. That is where I want you to go as a small business owner, right? Have that same mentality, right? But anyways, we'll get you there, right? And then the next thing is retention. Once you get people, you did all this thing about presenting them, building your offer, presenting that offer, closing the deal, right? And now through operations, you're executing what you said that you were going to do. And then, but after that is like, once they get that little service, what are you doing? That's retention, right? How are you keeping that customer within as a paid customer and happy, within your business? And that's super important. So that's why I threw that one there as the last thing, because there's a lot of things that go on to keeping people. And at the end of the day, it's just caring about them, really. So that's a little secret there for you as a segue. Really, if you really care about your customer, if you really care about what you're doing, then you're never going to have a problem with anybody, because you're always going to be transparent, clear, upfront, with love. But anyways, that is the course section that I want to show you within the community. So, once you get in there, you can access it. Once you access that, then you'll see it, right? You'll see the 5 core principles that we talk about. Let me see if I can go. I'm pretty sure I can go back. Yep. Let me make sure it's still pinging. Yep. And this is one of the big changes, right? So I posted this about 2 days ago. I was talking about our core 5, framework in here, and pretty much the other one I had was instead of offers here, what you're actually selling and why, right? Then I had funnels in there, which is another way of doing websites, really, which was, I mean, these new digital marketing out there, people that are doing it, that are pretty much slaying the internet on a daily basis. This is what they focus on, and they reinvented websites. And now, you still got a website, but how you use a website, to sell things are funnels. But anyways, I had leads, and then you're like, all right, you take the leads and you shove them into your funnel. Yeah. And then, if your offer's good, then, you make that sale, right? Or if you shove them into a meeting with you, then you got to close that sale, right? Boom. Yeah. So, and I was like, you know what? That's crazy, right? I was, reading more of the people I follow, the digital marketing masters is what I like to call them. And I was reading their content, and I was like, you know what? Like, offers, like they write books on just offers. So, that's why I was like, you know what? It of course it makes sense, right? Because inside the funnels, we were putting the offers, right? So, but now I'm like, you know what? Let's just call it offers, right? The funnels, right? As I said here, right? The funnels are just a container. The offer is the engine, right? If your offer is strong and the funnel works, right, then you're good to go, right? But if the offer is weak, then it doesn't matter what you do on your funnel. If you got the best funnel in the world, website design, it doesn't matter. It's not going to work. So that's why it's super important to work on your offer wholeheartedly. So that's why I updated our core 5 framework to focus on more offers than funnels. So all right, let me stop playing with the soundboard and let me stop sharing here. Actually, yeah, I'll stop sharing. We're good to go. I'm already over my allocated time. I was going to, an hour power. So pretty much that's what I'm trying to do. So again, every week I want to meet with all my small business owners, and I go in the community and I try to answer Q&As, and hopefully I answered some Q&As that we had for small business owners inside the community that they had. Hopefully I answered some of that stuff. If you're replaying this back, maybe you couldn't join us here today. It's all good. I'm going to repost this. Obviously, this is getting posted on all channels, but it's on YouTube. And normally I take the YouTube link and I relink that back in our community and say, here you go. That way it makes it easy. Once you log into the community, you can watch the video. And then later I'll be cutting this video up and putting bite-sized micro videos out there. That way you can digest whatever I said, and in easy pieces, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, in smaller bites, really. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys, as always, because I love everybody out there. I love the whole world. Peace and love to the world always. And small business owners, they are struggling out there, and I found that everybody wants to get paid out there, but nobody really wants to help. And when I was a small business owner with my family, that was a huge struggle. Nobody really was willing to help. Everybody's like, yeah, I hope, but really they just wanted the money. And then sometimes I paid some people, and they really couldn't produce. So I got tired of all that stuff, really. And I know that that's going on because, I hear that as well from a lot of different people. So I don't want any small business owner or young entrepreneur out there struggling. So we're going to be giving them everything to remain 100% positive and 100% successful by providing them AI-powered software. That's right. And we're also giving them a full business automation geek squad support. And not only that, but we're also giving them a community where they can just log into any day, anytime, and ask whatever business questions that they need answered and help with. Yeah. All right, fam. That is looking at my agenda. I think we're good. But anyways, I think we are definitely good. What is this? What is this? All right, let's get it. Sorry, my brothers and sisters out there, peace and love as always. I am your brother L Morpheus Cruz. And I'm with the Phoenix Project Foundation USA. Wow, that is loud, bro. Here it is. Wow, I can actually turn that down. Man, this whole time I could have had some music playing in the background. Next time, I got you. But anyways, I'm your brother L Cruz, and I'm with the Phoenix Project Foundation, and this is us showing love to all the small business owners out there. You are not alone, and we are here for you. We got your back, and I want to support you all the way. So peace and love until we meet again. Thank you all for joining me here, and God bless you, and good night. Cheers. Where's my fist bump now? Oh yeah, my camera wasn't showing. Boom, boom. Bring it. Start it down low, and then come up high. There you have it. Oh, fist bumps. Love it. All right, so I'm gonna try to turn this off now. Everybody's free to drop off unless you want to chill with me. Oh, check this out. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your donations, and thank you all for supporting the Phoenix Project Foundation USA. God bless you, and good night.